Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 33 Questions with Jamaica Observer. And today with us, another special guest, and we're going to allow him to tell you who he is.
Yeah, DJ Bambino in the building. What's good?
Before we continue, we're just going to ask you to tell us where we can find you on social media.
At Bambino Music. That's BAMBINO MUSIK. All platforms.
Tear up, t-shirt, jewelry, legend. That's how we roll. Fake jeans, admit it. Knock off t-shirt, we did it. We rock wannabe clocks to the limit. Downtown, cash up uptown, car with 2 poles.
All right, so we're going to get straight into the questions. All right, the first question I want to ask is, what do you classify yourself as?
Outside of being a human being,
Right.
I
With hope. Yeah.
I'd say I'm a multifaceted individual, you know. I do a lot of different things. So I just classify myself, I would say, as an entertainer, you know.
Because when you have a couple remixes and...
Yeah, man, because we do the artist thing, we're DJ, disc jockey, we do MC and you name it, you know. And of course, we do music production as well. So... You know, you name it, right across the board, you know. Anything to do with entertainment.
That's
I'm
what you
there.
are.
Yeah.
Tell me now, if you weren't an entertainer, what would you be?
I was big into sports. Yeah, I used to play football and tennis. Those were my big sports.
You can still play football now?
Well, yes, but I wouldn't try it. I mean, sometimes your brain wants to do it, but your body might not be ready for it. But I did very well in football. I mean, I played for Jamaica, and for football and
you played
tennis.
For Jamaica?
Yeah, man, under 19.
Football?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, them days we never really have like football never big like.
So you never have no
now.
camera, take no picture yet, so we probably
Yeah,
not
man,
just...
we have all of them things,
no.
man. Yeah, man, we play all man and we play. We used to keep goal. I used to keep goal. I was a goalkeeper, so I was one of the top goalkeepers in Jamaica in that time.
Wow.
Don't ask me to save a ball. No,
Yeah, just like I ask you, what was
Yeah.
probably the most embarrassing moment out there on the field, like as
On
a
the field?
goalkeeper, or most disappointing moment?
Oh, I think I can remember that very clearly. At Excelsior match, and a man kicked the ball from half
You went
line.
to Excelsior?
No, I went to Campion, but I was playing against Excelsior.
Okay. I went to Excelsior, so that makes me happy.
Okay, well, this is a great story for you because I
Definitely.
was most of our guys were injured, and they used to have Excelsior did have a big team as well, you know, and we were another big team, and
Campion.
yeah,
Football?
at that time.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Understood.
It was like in that era, Campion had a really good football team, and I remember.
Thanks to Bambino, of course.
Yeah, and a lot of other players. But I remember the ball kicked almost from half line. And it was an easy ball to save. And I don't know, like nerves or whatever, the crowd was like jeering, and it actually slipped through my finger, dropped behind me. And by the time I tried to go for it, going at the goal. And it was like a goal that anybody could save. And that has never
Anybody
happened to me.
except you?
Yeah, at that time, yeah. That has never happened to me before in football. So it was very embarrassing at the time. And it was also very, you know, it wasn't a good moment. You asked me a bad moment, that the first one come to mind. Everything else was
But
pretty
after
good.
that embarrassing moment, you still managed to make it to the national team.
Yeah, man. Well, that was around the same time, like probably the year before. You know, we did a lot of training with the national team, which was the under-19 team, not the national team. Yeah, it was like an under-19. This is before Reggae Boys and them.
Okay.
So the Reggae Boys probably came a few years after that.
Oh, nice.
And I remember training to go to Cayman to play a tournament. And eventually we couldn't even travel because they never had enough money to send us. So we ended up not going to the tournament. So, but yeah, we did train with the Jamaica team at one point.
Tell me about the tennis side now.
Tennis, I was doing tennis at Campion. When I wasn't doing tennis, I was doing football. And at one time, tennis was just a big game. I used to just play tennis every day, enter every tennis tournament. I think I was about, the closest I got was about number 4 seed in Jamaica in my age group, which was like under 14. And we went to, my biggest thing in tennis was going to Santo Domingo to play a tournament for Jamaica at the under 14 level, singles and doubles. And we did pretty good. I mean, those other countries are really good at tennis. So, I mean, I think I got to a few rounds in it and then lost, but it was a very good experience.
Just to go and represent your country.
Yeah, man, it was great. Yeah.
All right, so you were so good in tennis and football, but what steered you now to entertainment, or was there anything between
Well,
sports and entertainment?
when I left Jamaica, I went to college in America, and I actually lived with my brother, who had a sound system,
Okay.
and he used to play at college parties every weekend. And I was basically in the apartment with him, and the turntables were there, and all the records, because it wasn't CDs in those days, or even MP3s like now. It was records, and I still have a lot of records actually. And so I used to just stay in the apartment and practice playing the records every day, practice out for mix and scratch and all of them things there. And at the club, we used to have a club every Friday night at a bowling alley. And I used to just go string up the sound, because you have to learn how to string up the sound.
That's the
before
first thing you have to,
Yeah, nowadays I don't think a lot of DJs know about stringing up sound, but
And just
we had
bring
to
them
string up the
them
sound.
computer and-
Literally put the sound in the back of the truck, carry it to the dance, string it up. Whenever he was taking like a bathroom break or something, I got to play.
Oh, nice.
Or act like I was playing.
Okay, there we go.
So it was always cool, because to me, what the driving force were the girls, because you're in the party as a DJ.
And then, everybody I look to the DJ,
Yeah,
all
the
the
girl
them
them there. So if me just behind there for even a few seconds, when I walk back down, say some girl must want to talk to me, So I remember even when I couldn't mix, I used to play like this Byron Lee mix, which all the songs used to mix in together.
Oh, so you just
And me used to
pretend like
go
a
around
young
there, so yeah. And then eventually though, it never took me long. I was mixing, and the little mixing I practice at the yard, it would have give me like a 5 minutes to just try them and thing. And
But did you what were you studying in college at the time though?
business administration, the usual thing that people study when they
them
don't know
really
what they want
want to be. But more be a businessman.
Yeah, I do business. But my father was a businessman, so I figured that I would just go in the same direction.
So did you continue through college, or did you?
Yeah, I did college. I didn't finish like my degree, but I did it right through to probably second year in like community college and thing. And when it was time for me to go to college, the music thing kind of took over, and of course business kind of took over as well. So I was just into music.
Because you have to be
music.
business minded.
Right, So I used to manage a West Indian store where we used to sell all kind of West Indian goods. Living in Tampa, Florida. I used to manage a store in St. Pete. Me and my brother did actually own the store and run it, and that was at a very young age. And when I was at that store, it got me into another business, which was shipping. I used to ship barrels and stuff to Jamaica for people who lived abroad. So I used to basically get a truck, rent a truck, drive it around, pick up everybody barrel at a certain time, like every 2 weeks, and drive it down to Miami, ship off the barrels to Jamaica, and then drive the truck back up to Tampa, Florida. And that was also a good excuse for me to go down to Miami and party. So I used to work, carry down my stuff. I used to make good money, like for a young youth. Me that make some good money for ship things like.
Bags.
Yeah, so I was like, this is half to be my career. So nothing sweeter than trying
What
to.
was happening about the music at that time though?
Yeah, so I was trying to juggle the music with the
Shipping.
and the store at the same time, because I was around West Indian people all the time. So I always used to have we always used to have parties, and the same people that supported me at the business would come to the parties and stuff. And then I had a sound system. So every time the big sounds from Jamaica come into town, like Stone Love and Metro Media and all these sounds, is my sound them used to play upon. And we used to string up the sound for them. So I always used to get for play the little early one before them come on and these things. So that gave me a little
souls and
yeah, man, no man, like proper tune, man, not just souls,
was thinking like the early
yeah,
seconds,
man, no man, we
just
used to call, we have our crowd,
Okay.
We have our crowd already, cause we used to have a club that we play every Friday night.
Oh yeah, you mentioned.
And we just in the club, and so we have a little following. So people used to hire us and hire the sound system and everything. So it was a very good time, cause you're young and you just into the music thing. So that was when I really started to DJ and just learn about it, So going from Tampa to Miami doing the shipping thing, I kind of got involved in the Miami scene now, playing music, and then I just basically left the whole shipping business and the whole West Indian store business and say, yo, music me I do. And
I was about to ask.
And then I just ended up in Miami doing music full time.
The moment you decided that, all right, shipping store, I'm going to be an entertainer. I'm going to go straight into music now. I'm giving my all to music. Tell me about the.
Well, you always try to. People always set things to you. Like, that's not back in those days, DJing was not cool. It was like.
Well, not for parents, probably.
Especially, my parents are like, on Sunday, me go church all 3 times a day. And I'm like, Sunday school, big people church, and then sometime them say, yo, you're not come a young people meeting here, like seriously.
I'm Adventist, so I know.
Yeah. So my father my father never really loved the sound thing, you know, and
Especially because you're not playing gospel.
trust me. But being a DJ back in those days was like, you know, people that tell us that boy the kind of crowd they have to go around and all these things and the party them and just used to get a lot of hell for it. So but at the end of the day, I'm kind of a strong-headed person. So no matter what them tell me, I still know, say, boy, this is what I want to do. And there's a lot of times I decided that, you know, I don't want to do it because people keep singing in your, say, boy, in your, people keep telling you things in your head like, yo, that is just a hobby, man. That's just a hobby. That's just a hobby. That's all I used to hear.
That, not
you can't make the money off of that. Which at that time, it was like not a lot of people doing it. You know what I mean? You had the big sound them, and that was it. You know, or probably in Jamaica. But in America, like to go into DJing and say you're doing West Indian music and reggae and dancehall and soca and them things, that people are like, yo, what kind of career that? You know, but it was good for me because in college, I never had to go take a job at no Burger King or no McDonald's or nothing because I could have made my little DJ money and still be cool.
Mm-hmm. What is your advice to a child who wants to probably do something like you, be outside of the traditional 9 to 5?
There's so much information out there now. I mean, there's no way a parent should be able to tell a child, oh, you need to be this or you need to be that. Whatever career they decide to go into, they can do well in it once they have a passion for it. So anybody that I would say to anybody trying to be a DJ or go into music, just keep learning it, keep practicing until you get it. And, you know, from you love it, it will eventually pay off.
All right. So the other day, you had the opportunity of... I was going to ask you what is your greatest accomplishment, but I'm going to assume that this was the greatest accomplishment. You can correct me if I'm wrong. You had the opportunity to be a DJ for Spice Shaggy and Sean Paul on Good Morning America. So what was that experience like?
That was a great experience. I mean, I wouldn't say it was the highlight of my career because I've done a lot of stuff like that before, but a lot of people probably never knew Bambino in those times. I used to tour with a lot of artists back in the day. I don't know if you remember when Kevin Little had that song, Turn Me On.
Sing it. I don't remember.
That's all you need to hear. You don't need to hear the rest. That's the aye. I mean, he had a massive hit with that song, and we toured the whole of Europe, America, and some other places. And I used to basically go on tour with him. So I've played in Africa on some big stages. I've DJed for a lot of different artists on stage as well. I've DJed for Sprague Benz. I've DJed for Alison Hines. I did a tour with her too when she had Roll It Girl and all these things. Caribbean plus Europe. So I've done all this stuff I'm doing now. I've done it before as well, you know. But doing the show with Shaggy, Sean, and Spice was a good refresher for me, because I just went into a natural environment of being a DJ. It was just great for me to get that call and they were to ask me. I was like, "Well, you ask me." You ever watch some of them shows when somebody on the phone and say, "Hey, you want to be?" And the person was end up right beside him like, that was me. I was like, "Yeah, I'm there. I walk." Them said, "Not today." I was like, "Oh, okay." I thought it was no, because I'm ready right now. You know what I mean? So it was a good look, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Yeah.
What can we expect from Bambino?
If me advise a song right now in the studio is like the people them want to hear it right now. Them don't want to wait till me even mix it and put it out and do any
probably
promotion.
Even a voice note you're just saying.
Yeah, it's like it's a song. So it's like you have to think. I have to go with technology and see what's going on. So I'm really going to probably let a lot of people in to show them a lot of things that I do differently than music. Because some people will say, "Oh, yeah, man, he's a DJ."
Yeah, but I heard you're joining ravers as well.
Yeah, well, you know, so I'm one way better dancer than any of those ravers.
Especially Ding.
Yeah, especially any of them. But sometimes I just give them chance to do them thing, you know. But when we're ready for roll out, you know, it's
different thing.
It's a different thing because my style, them kind of, you know, I don't think them reach my level yet. Yeah, but so I rate them still as a dance group. No, yeah, well, if them
willing,
you see, if the youth them now want to reach out,
get it.
Then me not gonna turn them away.
That's
you understand? True. Yeah, but you know, I'm a friend them said I've done a lot of shows with them and we always have some fun together. But yeah, you know, you ever know them people that would dance and swear them look like them know what them doing.
Yeah.
But when you look on them, it's a different thing.
That's you.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But definitely. You have to have the confidence. It's all in your face. It's your facial expression. So me just once me keep my face in a certain way, like
say, yeah, you're cool.
Like this, yeah, them can't chat to me. Yeah. People say like, that guy can't answer no, but him confident in it.
But definitely.
Yeah, but I have a lot of things being in the pipeline in terms of just getting people to see more of the stuff that I do.
All right. This brings us to the hot seat. So we're going to ask you to answer these questions
All right.
as quickly as possible. Have you ever told somebody their music was good when it wasn't?
Never.
Top 3 favorite rhythms from dancehall.
Top 3 favorite rhythms from dancehall would be, there are so many, but I would just say Showtime, Diwali, and either Stagalag or Slang Thing.
Most memorable moment on radio.
Most memorable moment on radio, probably when I was holding a vibe with Buju in the studio the other day for his album launching.
One lesson your fans have taught you that you'll never forget.
Unless my fans have taught me. They've taught me that no matter what you do, there's always somebody out there that will like it, so just be yourself.
3 songs that every DJ has to lively up a party. Or 3 of your favorite songs.
To lively up a party?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Depends on the genre that you're talking about, but if it's an old school song, you could say something like Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe, or there's a Fat Man Scoop remix called Bass Drop that always lively up any party. It's 3 songs you say one.
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking about reggae or dancehall, you go in old school, you can start off with you can't miss with Greetings by Half Pints, followed by Ribbidibby by Supercat. And make sure you play Ribbidibby off a Greetings card. It's a rule. Nowadays, I don't know, there's so much hot songs in a party that you can draw. But literally, if you want the quick forward them, any hot cartel, you can just play that and you get the quick forward. If you want the resounding forwards, you have to play something like maybe like I don't know, Agent Sask or Mix This. You know that tune? Rush them like a pit bull. Alright, yeah. If you ask me about song, I just going to keep going. So you have to stop me.
Name the perfect dancehall collab.
The perfect dancehall collab? You mean that would be in the future or
Yeah,
that has
would be.
been done?
You can do both.
The perfect dancehall collab. Maxi Priest and Shabba. The combination there. Awesome. Buju Banton and Winnie Wonder. Wicked combination. Anything in the future? Right now? Dancehall collab. I don't know, maybe you could have get like, what would be a bad tune? You want a bad singer upon it. So you can get like a Tetsan Chin. And then you want a hot DJ, you get Skilly Bang. And then probably you want somebody else who kind of
Do both.
do both. So what would I get for that now? So say we get a tune with Tetsan Chin and sing out. Skilly Bang and DJ and say, is there? And then with us forward with probably a Tanta Blacks.
For gimmicks.
For gimmicks and just mad up the tune. I don't know. Is that wicked collab that would have been on? I write it down here. Imagine that. Rich is there.
Biggest lesson you've learned in media.
The biggest lesson I've learned in media is be yourself. And I think that's a life lesson. Don't try to get your fans hooked on you based on your personality being somebody else's. Just once you're yourself, you always find that you will attract people like you that like what you're doing. And that's how you build your fans, because that's your fans are true fans after that. If you try to do something else, you will still get fans, but they won't be close to your heart,
Number 1 song on your playlist right now.
Number 1 song on my playlist right now. Probably when I go down there with Shaggy and Spice or Champagne. If it just come off on a TV screen and them not attack me. I joke. The artist never attack me. I joke. I just me anyway that talk about something earlier. I want them I'd fly over my head, yeah.
Show us your last Google search.
What was my last Google search?
Mm-hmm.
My last Google search was probably something,
Educational.
no, probably something techie or something to do with building.
Mm.
Um,
Silliest thing you've ever done to impress a girl?
Silliest thing I've ever done to
impress
impress a girl. Silliest thing. Wow. I don't know if I've ever done anything silly to impress a girl. Probably dance. Definitely would be the silliest thing. Just like, oh, you know me, a big dancer already. Imagine her seeing that and be like, okay, that guy looks silly.
Most embarrassing moment on the radio?
Most embarrassing moment on the radio?
Mm-hmm.
Most embarrassing moment on the radio. Oh, one time I was about to I had this wicked mix planned, like a half an hour set. And I knew I was going to shell the radio at that time. So whatever that half an hour was, let's say it was from 9:30 to 10 or whatever. And I said something like, yo, people, be prepared for this segment. It's not normal. I'm going to say, you DJs, don't try this at home. And as soon as I did that, my computer just freeze. And I had to be like playing a million jingles for like 2 minutes straight, trying to plug it out and restart it and everything. And I was like, yo, that is embarrassing. When you're serious, you know what I say? That's like you're going out on a stage for sing a big tune and drop.
Most ridiculous rumor you've heard about yourself?
Most ridiculous rumor? Wow. Most ridiculous rumor I've ever heard about myself. I never really heard a rumor about myself, you know. I'd have to really think on that one. Let's get back to that.
Weirdest talent you have?
Weirdest talent I have? I can make a sound like a pedo. I have to warm up my hand to do it.
Alright, so
it take a little while.
Alright.
But I think I can do it.
Alright.
I'll try to do it before I leave here.
Most spontaneous thing you've done?
Spontaneous thing I've done. Wow. I'm a pretty spontaneous person, like every day. So whatever comes to mind, I just do it. But most spontaneous thing I've probably done is run out on a stage when it's not my turn and bust the place. I remember performing with the same Kevin Little, and him and Sprague Benz have a song, and I'm supposed to be the DJ. And this was like in Los Angeles. I'm supposed to be the DJ, and the DJ, I'm way up in a DJ booth, and he's on the stage performing, and all the people ran in front, and I got excited, and I just left the DJ booth, and I started to sing Sprague part, and the whole place bust. And even the artist, like Kevin Little himself, was looking at me like frightened, but then him see me start getting to it, and then after that, every show I performed that part there. And I think that was amazing for me.
What's your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure? Sugar and spice Danish roll. The red one.
All right. That brings us to the end of 33 questions with Jamaica Observer. And today we had DJ Bambino, well, entertainer Bambino, because he dances too. Yeah.
That's probably the craziest rumor I've heard.
But yeah, we want to thank you for coming, Bambino. Thank you for accepting the call. And we want to thank you guys for coming. But before we go, just remind us where we can find you on social media.
Yeah, man, you can find me Instagram at Bambino Music. Also, Twitter.
That's music with a K.
Yeah, Bambino Music with a K. Also, Twitter, Facebook, all of your social media platforms. I believe I just signed up TikTok with it, but I'm not posting video yet, so you can look out for that.
Go dance.
Yeah, go dance. All right, I forgot make up my one dance. Yeah, and all the other social media platforms. You'll find me, man. Just put in DJ Bambino if you don't find me, and of course, we're up on the radio every day, and we always entertain people, so you can just look out for that.
All right, thanks again for coming, and thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at Jamaica Observer, and subscribe to our e-paper, jamaicaobserver.com.